spring has most definitely sprung here at Maison Murier, so I thought I'd take you on a little tour and show you some of our beautiful tulips and spring flowers. So bienvenue and hello. And here are my gorgeous white tulips that are just going crazy with the sunshine. And some of our succulents are beginning to flower as well. My lovely Pickles waiting for his dentist stick. There we go. And coming around, we have even the wild daisies are just beautiful, so I just let them go wild to mix in with the lovely orange tulips that are coming out here. And then over to here, I love these ones. They're just so beautiful. The symmetrical shape they form is gorgeous. And then some parrot tulips, which only one out at the moment, but more on the way. And these are just gorgeous salmon pink, just beautiful. And the sedums, this will be in full flower in a couple of days, and it will just be a complete bush of yellow and burnt red and green. And our rosemary is flowering, which smells divine. I love this time of year, it's my favourite. This and autumn, my favourite times. And then our gorgeous view. Around the back of the house now. This is Marion's garden, and the acers are just beginning to come into leaf and will be a shock of gorgeous red in a couple of weeks' time. And the little violas are still flowering like mad, and I've not even dead-headed them, and they're still coming out beautifully. Through the rose arch, and then the back of the garden, which is a wash of daisies and wild flowers and cherry blossom, which smells divine. I wish I had smell-o-vision because it really does smell beautiful. More tulips. And then the lilac is just beginning to come into bloom. And again, is going to smell just incredible in a few weeks' time. And as I said, the wild flowers just look beautiful. Weeds or flowers of beauty, you decide. I love them. Every year I plant tulips at the front of the house and then transfer them down to the bottom garden where we're creating the orchard, and keep adding and adding, and I do a different colour every year. This year I've done the salmon pink. Now the fountain, I have tried every type of algae product going to stop the algae forming. None have been successful, so now I have reverted to this organic black algae dye, which blocks out the light and stops the algae forming. And it eats the algae that's in there and cleans and purifies the water, and you get a reflection of it. Not 100% sure, but it's better than seeing a horrible algae-filled green fountain. And then here, this is rose Banksia. It will flower at the beginning of May. And this was a cutting that my friend Natalie gave me, which I planted in this almond tree. And it has gone absolutely crazy, and it's quite hard to keep under control. Even though I cut it back and cut it back, it still grows like mad. However, when it comes out, as you will see in a video I'll do later in May, it is absolutely stunning. Shocking white colour, but tiny flowers, but it will be beautiful. And then coming around, oh, we have some lovely hyacinths that I had in the house last year and planted in the garden. They've come back beautifully. And to our jeudi tree, or the Judas tree, which also has a lovely light pink clematis going through it. This is just beginning to flower. I'll see if I can find a few buds for you to see the colour. Don't know whether you can see. It'll be a beautiful pink colour and it will look fabulous. I look forward to this coming out every year. And I have redone the wreath on my potting shed to tidy it all up after the winter and planted more succulents into it. So hopefully that will be better. I've straightened some of the pots out to make it easier to water. We're on our way down to the orchard and I'm just showing you my Perovskia bed. Now don't be afraid to cut these back hard because they actually love it, because they get very leggy. And every year I cut them right back to the base, and within 2 or 3 months they will be 1.5 meters tall and giving tons and tons of fabulous flower. And the dreaded bank area, which we still have to tackle. But I'm here to show you our orchard, where we have over 20 mixed fruit trees, which are all coming into blossom, and below them we have planted lots of daffodils and beautiful tulips, which are all beginning to flower. Up to the potager, I have nearly completed filling the fence full of old vintage tools. Just a few more to get. Still looking a bit bare, but there are signs of life. The trailing rose my mum gave me is coming back to life and looking beautiful. I have leeks to pick before they go over, and a lovely trailing clematis that Marion bought a few years ago, which was planted around the back of her house but didn't do anything, so I've moved it here and it seems to be liking it. And then lots of almond trees growing in the beds where the squirrels have dropped the nut kernels in. Unfortunately they will have to go. The orangery has been completely finished on the exterior. It's all painted. And now I have to create a patio on the outside at the front and complete the inside. But when I open this door again, I wish you had smell-o-vision, because the smell of the blossom on the apple and orange trees is just breathtaking. And my tomato plants have virtually 90% of them have seeded, so they should be going into the garden later in the year. And then I want to take you over here. We bought a self-pollinating kiwi plant last year. I put it outside and covered it for the winter and thought it might be dead, but it's sprung to life and looks like it's going to do well on this fence. Our strawberry plants are beginning to flower, so we should have some nice fruit on these. And then underneath are all the baby runners from last year. So these are new plants, so I should get some really good fruit off those. So thanks for watching our little tour and hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.